welcome to this video. Welcome to Jita Diaries, my channel. Ooh, I have been encountering some technical difficulties today. But yeah, hopefully you can hear me. Like I did a whole video. Mic wasn't working, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work now. Hopefully it does. But yes, my blowout is on its last leg. I think this is day 10 of having this, but I really enjoyed it. But I would not be blowing my hair out often. Like, this isn't going to tempt me to blow my hair out more often. Like, I'm washing it tomorrow, and I have been bulk recording this weekend, so I can have all these videos and then I'll pump them out weekly in the month of July. But yes, hi, how's everybody? Today I'm coming in peace. Today I am going to be nice and chill. Last week I was a bit aggressive, so let me try and be nice today. Hope you're well. As you can see from the title, today we are talking about shenanigans, okay? Work shenanigans, and how I would like to give, I don't know, a cautionary tale as to how it's not for the best. Like, work shenanigans are not for everybody. A lot of us think we're thugs, and I had a whole conversation about this with one of my best friends, and we had a good laugh. Like I laughed with tears in my eyes, because like we're literally talking about this topic, and then she mentioned somebody at her workplace who's really young, came into the institution, and like upon arrival, okay, she was sleeping with the superior, and like for her, like it is what it is. He's a married man, and everything. Like, that's the path that she's chosen upon arrival at a new company where she hasn't even signed a long-term contract. So yeah, we were just laughing at how, like, we ain't thugs. We might think we're thugs, but we ain't thugs. So the first thing that I want to say about people who choose to engage in relationships in the workplace is that, girl or guy watching this, secure your bag first. That is like, you're going to work to earn a living, okay, to earn a salary, a wage, an income. Secure your bag first. Make that your priority before anything else. Do not jeopardize that, okay? Do not jeopardize that with any shenanigans. That's the first thing I would say. Like, it's wild how people just come in and are willing to risk it all for a work relationship. And at the time, some people don't realize that this could actually jeopardize their chances. Now, I do have friends or colleagues who I met in the workplace, or I know of friends who have met their partners or their spouses. Like, I have been, okay, at people's weddings, had a good time, laughed and danced. Like, they found, the love of their lives at work, and it's worked out. But that's like 1 out of 10 people, if not less odds for you. Like, more often than not, you will be amongst those odds where it ends in tears, heartbreak, and a lot of awkward encounters in the workplace. Okay, a lot of awkward encounters. And it's one thing to deal with heartbreak outside of work. Okay, it's hard enough dealing with that. Now imagine looking at the person who has broken your heart, or who has hurt your feelings, or who you have had an argument with in your place of work. That's messing with your bag. Okay, that's messing with your bag. Don't do it. And again, this is geared more towards my young audience, the impressionable ones who are just starting out with their careers. You don't want to make that mistake that early on in your life. I did a whole video, which is now off of YouTube, about being in a situationship in a work environment. Granted, it wasn't like the exact work environment, but still, same organization. And I swore after that will never be me. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks if it didn't work out for somebody else, it's just them. It'll work out for them. More often than not, like I said, you're amongst those odds where it working out will be against you. So, like I said, imagine like dealing with heartbreak or disappointment, as Zambians like to say. People like that kills me. Like, when my sister talked about how it's so funny how, like, as a Zambian, like you know what somebody means when they say somebody was disappointed. Like, dealing with disappointment excuse me, dealing with disappointment and heartbreak outside of the workplace is bad enough. Imagine having to look at the person who's, dealt with this. And for the young ones, the hot things who are starting out their careers, people told me this, and for the most part, I listened. Like, I 99% listened, except for that one time. But after that, like, I did enter new workspaces, new environments, and I have just decided to be smart about it and not fumble my bag at work. But when you go to a new place, trust, especially when you're young, like, a lot of Zambian men in the workplace are very gross. I'm not going to say all because people come after me, but a lot of Zambian men in the workplace, like, these are people who I work with, are really, really gross. Okay. And you might walk in and think you are literally Beyonce. Okay. People will treat you like you're Beyonce. They'll give you all the attention. They'll make you feel so attractive, so hot. But most of the time, they pursue new, like, it could be interns or just new young people who are coming in for sport. Like, I've seen this. Like, I've been in the workspace for 10 years and I watch people do this. They still do it. And when we joined, it was like a whole group of us that were young, and would see older men do this. Older men did this to us. And now that, like, I'm 10 years in, I now look at my peers and I'm like, are you guys becoming those gross men that will tell you about that used to piss us off and you'd empathize with? Like, I hope you lot are not becoming the gross men in the office. But it happens where you honestly feel like you're on top of the world, like you are super attractive and like will show you the world, but they're doing it for sport. Like, 90% of the people who engage in relationships right off the bat get, like, they are just used and abused and discarded of. And it's really, really sad to witness. Okay, what more experience? Like, do you want to be the person who experiences that? And then some people make it to the next level where you become a work girlfriend. And with the way things move in this here our country where everybody is married or in a relationship, more times again, once you make it to stage 2 of being somebody's work girlfriend, most of the time it's with somebody who is married. Now, I live in Zambia. Like, Zambia is a small southern African country, super conservative. By the way, like, my country is so beautiful. Like, shout out to my country. But yes, we live in a very, very conservative country. And if you're coming in with your small position and absolutely no power over the current trajectory of your career, people who are holding places of power, people who make the decisions as to whether you retain the job or how far you go or how you will be elevated, some people will hold that against you. You will get a quote-unquote reputation, and we live in a very, very patriarchal society. In as much as we're trying to fight barriers and all of this for ourselves as women, to have equal rights or just be respected and the like, and be able to live our lives as liberally as possible, and be treated, the way men treat themselves, with just respect and not be harmed at anything. Like, we aren't there yet. And while we are fighting or working to get towards that, don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. We still live in a very, very patriarchal society. And again, like, if you're starting out in your career, sleeping around to get ahead is not for everybody. Okay, some people have mastered that art. They're coming from families where, like, it's generations of women who have mastered the art of, using their bodies to get ahead. Most of you are coming from very, very conservative homes where you're taught the absolute opposite, and you don't know how to navigate that sort of dynamic. Like, you will crumble and fail. Okay, so don't come in and think somebody who is promising you all sorts of things, whispering, all sorts of promises in your ears will be there for you. What if this person leaves? One, people die. Two, people get fired, people resign. Are you going to follow them where they're going? You already create this hostility, have this reputation within an organization with other people who either just look at you with disdain because they're conservative, or like yeah, like it just might not be good for you, because there might come at a point in time where you want to elevate yourself, you want to move to a different department, be on a particular team, and someone who is in the position of power will hold what you did back then, or if that's just what you're still into, they'll be like, you know what, I don't like this person because of their quote-unquote low moral compass. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that energy around me. People who are conservative hold that. Oh, sorry, my throat is a bit, excuse me. Like they might just hold it against you. Like just be like, when you're starting out, be smart. Like assess the situation, look around you before you just jump into all sorts of shenanigans. Okay, be smart. Be smart. If you choose, to still go ahead and date at work, because like I said, like I know people who have met the loves of their lives at work and it's worked out. At the very least, like don't make it a superior or somebody who holds power over you. Like if you're going to date someone, like start out with a peer, okay? Somebody who has no power over what happens to you at work. Okay. If you engage in a relationship with someone senior than you, if if they get upset or jealous or something, like they could literally block any any progression that could otherwise have been possible for you in that company. Alternatively, if they do something that upsets you and you want to leave that relationship, and sometimes it could even be like, I don't really want to talk about sexual harassment or sexual assault because I'm not a licensed therapist. I don't have the tools to unpack that properly, because that is a very, very real thing. I know I like to joke around on my channel, keep things lighthearted, but that's not something that I want to talk about or joke about, because it's very, very serious. But okay, sometimes if you engage in relationships with somebody in a place of power, they might do something that might become difficult for you to leave. Okay, you might end up getting trapped because your job could be in jeopardy. Like they literally hold the tools, where your job is concerned. And yes, you could report somebody, but more times, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. Like, please, justice needs to be served if someone does something criminal, but it's wild, you guys. Like sometimes just avoid these things. Like I'm all about, like, if you're all about the shenanigans, do it outside of work. Do it outside, like have a good time outside of your workplace. I fully endorse that, but don't mess with your bag. Okay, don't mess with your bag. Don't do it. Especially if you haven't even signed a long-term contract, you haven't even signed like something, to have you securely cemented in that company yet, and you're doing the most. Okay, calm down, calm down. Suss out the place. Okay, work for a bit, have your feet firmly in that system or in that organization before you could even consider playing such games. So yeah, that's what today's video is about. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like this one was a bit rushed. Like I really tried to come in the first time I recorded it and just have a bit more organization, but I got thrown off when I realized that it wasn't even recording. Well, no, it was recording, but the mic was not working. I don't even know if it's working right now or if it's just picking up like the room's audio. But I hope you can at least hear me this time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, which will be the finale of this series. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.